Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jarrell Mason of Music Forecast, and right now on the phone with me, I have the man, a part of the group that was during Bad Boys' beginning stages. They had hit songs such as Only You, Peaches and Cream, Anywhere, It's Over Now, Need I Say More. On the phone, I have Slim, formerly of the group 112. Slim, welcome to Music Forecast, my man.
What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I have to correct that. It's not formally because 112 we're still together and we still do our thizzle. So it's all love. So you know what I'm saying? But hey, Slim is definitely doing his thing. I got my own label deal popping. So you know what I'm saying? That's what's popping, man.
All right, because that was one of my first questions I wanted to go into, because somebody had asked via the website, was 112 broken up and when there'll be another 112 album?
Well, definitely, I mean, I'm a big fan of 112 myself, and it definitely takes more than just Slim's willpower right there, man. It definitely takes the strength and willpower, whatever. It's what the rest of the group wants too. You know what I'm saying? So you know we're a group, so gotta make it happen.
All right, but right now your new album's about to drop, Love Crazy, which come out on the 18th, correct?
That's correct, man. I'm telling you, man, this is a very well produced, very classic R&B album. Man, I have all my friends on there. I have Faith Evans, I have Big Boy from Outkast, I have Ryan Leslie, I have Fabulous, Young Jock, man. And then, you know, even with all of those guest appearances on there, man, the records that really stand out is the songs that, you know, and I'm telling you, all my 112 fans know what I'm talking about. The songs that we're known and loved for, those mids and those ballads, those songs that really touch the heart and the soul, and it really feels good to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very well produced album.
Okay, and you know, the leadoff single, So High, featuring Shawty Lo and Young Jock, is definitely blowing up all on urban radio. So how did that collaboration with Shawty Lo and Young Jock come about, and how you feel about the taking off success of that record?
Man, well, I feel blessed, man. I give all honor and praises to God, man, for even putting me in a position of having a top 10 record in the United States. Man, the collaborations between Young Jock and Shawty Lo, I mean, Young Jock was different. Young Jock was a situation where every time we see each other in the clubs and we're out, man, you know, we always say, you know, as soon as I get the right song, man, I'm gonna work with you. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I heard this record, I got with my boys Oz and Nez in Orlando. I wasn't even finished recording the record, and I was just like, man, this record will really fit Jock. So when I came to Atlanta, I let him hear the song. He immediately loved it. He jumped on the record. Hello, Shawty Lo, man, he actually did his part. He had somebody call, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I did this joint right here, man, and like, I really want to be a part of the movement, you know what I'm saying? The whole M3 thing, is the whole So Fly thing, and I was like, yo, you know what? It was all love. Like, he didn't want no money, no paperwork, no nothing. It was like, yo, it was just all love.
Next year around this time, well, I believe in January, the Notorious movie is set to drop about the life of Notorious B.I.G. Now, do you have any memories of Biggie right around the time of 112 was on Bad Boy? And from there, I want to ask you about how you feel about being a part of Bad Boy's beginnings, along with Faith Evans, Total, Biggie, and Junior Mafia, that whole thing.
Oh, man, well, I'm going to tell you, man, I have so many great memories of Biggie, because they were like really our big brothers, and you know what I'm saying, sister, you know what I mean, like, you read Facebook, man, she tells you like, yo, you know, she kicked it at our apartment, man, a lot of times, man, all we did was, you know, enjoy her cooking, because she can really cook. And, you know, you got a bunch of guys, you know, out there, you know, we can't really cook like our, you know what I'm saying, like our moms or whatever. Like, we can now, but when we were teenagers, man, yeah, right. So we loved when Faith came over or whatever. And really, man, when we first moved to New York, Biggie and Faith, man, they really took care of us. And I could just remember the times, man, Big would take us to his shows. We weren't even out then, you know what I mean? We really learned how to control crowds and everything, you know. I just remember Big looking at me and saying, Slim, you paying attention? This is about to be you in just a little bit. And he has the mic in his hand. You hear the crowd just cheering, big, and screaming, bad boy, you know. And when he walked out, man, the crowd would just go crazy. You can just imagine, like, you standing backstage and watching Big holler at you and then turn around and walk out into the crowd. And for like almost an hour, he used to rock. When I tell you, rock the crowd, man, it would be nothing short of amazing, man. So I have so many fun memories of. I miss him to death, man. Rest in peace, man. I love him to death, man.
So what was it about that early period during Bad Boy's infancy that made it so special? Because I know for me, I was in middle school right around the time when your guys' debut album dropped. It was like, in my middle school, you were either a Bad Boy fan, Cash Money fan, or No Limit fan. So what made Bad Boy so special?
When that happened, those were the time, the eras when hip-hop was really, just really evolving, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was the rise of the South with the Cash Monies and the No Limit. And really, Bad Boy really created a situation where, you know, like, it was the year of the ballers, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Bad Boy really, the flashiness with the balling, you know what I mean? And the popping bottles, you know what I'm saying? And the platinum, and the jury, you know what I'm saying? Platinum really became hot, you know what I'm saying? To be a part of that era was crazy. It really wasn't just the flashiness as opposed to it was the music. Because the music back then, man, like when you heard one of those records, you knew where you were, who you were talking to, like what part of life, what was going on with you at that time, man, like what was going on in the government situation. Like you knew exactly what was going on in your community. And it's just like, that's what we stood for back then, you know what I'm saying? That just the whole Bad Boy era, man. We were just blessed to be a part of it, man.
And the one thing I want to give Diddy credit for, Diddy had started this when he was over at Uptown working with Mary J and Jodeci during the What's the 411 Forever My Lady period. The remixes were fire, especially the Only You remix with Mace. I believe this was before Harlem World had dropped that he was on that remix, correct?
Those remixes and stuff, see that whole swag of the remixes and stuff like that came around at that time, man. That was really crazy. Like, we didn't come out to like 96 or whatever, but we definitely caught the big fruit of that right there by, you know what I'm saying, learning from Puff. Like, Puff was really at his prime time as far as learning how to make classic remixes and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And us being around him was amazing because we learned a lot from him, you know what I'm saying? So when we put songs and stuff together, you know what I'm saying, he really didn't have to babysit 112, but he didn't have to babysit any of his artists, especially around that time, at that matter, because, you know, once we saw exactly how everything was, you know what I'm saying, like, and how everything rolled, and, you know what I mean, how we got one-on-one with the producer, and you found your swag as far as, you know, how your vocals are going to go over the hip-hop beat, man, that was crazy. Like, everything was very easy, and that's where you start hearing that Bad Boy sound. Like, every time you saw that brand, it was just like, you already knew it was about to be some heat coming.
Especially coming from the Hitman with D-Dot, with Tony Dofat, with Jack Knight. Then, of course, you had Mary Brown, formerly of the group Abstract, doing, like, the writing. So, you guys had some long and good sessions over at Daddy's house, right?
Yeah, like, we didn't really get a chance to work with them. We were more in the era of Stevie J and Mario Winans. But, you know what I'm saying? But that whole swag, you know what I'm saying? Even with the, you missed one, Chucky Thompson, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy, like, when we went over there, Dark Child was over there, you know what I'm saying? He was a hitman also, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you had the Derek Angeletti's and the Nasheems, and, you know what I'm saying, the ones who were really controlling the Biggie joints, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we had a lot of firepower working with us, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, you know, when you put together a project and everybody puts their head together, it felt like we were supposed to come out with a, you know what I'm saying, a classic album, especially on the hip-hop side as well as the R&B side, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what influenced 112 to remake Cry On by Commission?
Well, you know what? 112, we grew up listening to Commission. That's where 112, you know what I mean, pretty much got our swag and, you know what I mean, as far as like the music and the harmonies. If you look at the members of Commission, every last one of them could sing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we kind of like structured ourselves like. Now, with the passing of B.I.G., man, it was the words itself, like, they really touched, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though it was sad, but the words were healing. And that it was a time for healing at that time, you know what I'm saying? So that song was very appropriate.
Right, then also, I'm sure you guys were influenced by groups doing the New Jack Swing Girl, like New Edition, Troop, Guy, that whole period.
Yeah, man, like the groups we looked up to when we came out was Boyz II Men and Jodeci, you know what I'm saying? And I can front to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you pay attention to the records of the latter 80s or whatever, those artists really taught you how to sing up-tempo songs. Like, they never oversung the songs. Like, the vocals, the words fit hand in hand with the track, you know what I'm saying? And it felt good, you know what I'm saying? And there were movements there, you know what I'm saying? So we saw the pattern. Like, Puff loved the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much the samples and stuff like were coming from there, and we as artists had to study really like how you really sing these songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and how they come across, because if you don't do them right, they won't come off right, you know what I'm saying? So you have to know yourself as an artist, and then understand like where did this track come from? You know what I'm saying? Not just use that particular track. Know where that track comes from and know like, okay, how I'm about to structure and make it fit myself. You know what I'm saying?
What was your opinion on when Atlanta started to appear on the national music scene through LA and Babyface, LaFace Records, and Jermaine Dupri with So So Def? You had TLC, Criss Cross, Tony Braxton, Escape, and the list goes on and on.
Man, see that was the strong push when Jermaine Dupri and So Def came, and you had Dallas Austin, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely with L.A. Reid, the whole Babyface era. Man, that was amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that push right there with the Outkast, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the first showing right there with Atlanta, showing that we had a lot of talent right there. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really start with us. You know what I'm saying? You had Silk, you know what I'm saying? That came out that really pushed the limit as far as like the group is concerned. When you had guys in there that's singing soulful music, you know what I'm saying? We could touch any kind of way, you know what I'm saying? It was like Atlanta really did their thing, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta really did their thing, and and I'm glad that we're still on the map doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, and keeping it very consistent.